We're in the losers bracket. So, Group A continues at the Eternal Conflict, everybody. Season 1. We have a best of 3 series with the Enjoyers and Team Dead Game 45. Now, Team Dead Game 45, they're a little bit new to the entire competitive tournament circuit and everything, so they are coming in here as the underdog. They had a bit of a rough showing in the winner bracket match that they played previously. Now they go up against the Enjoyers. And our first map is Infernal Shrines, as mentioned. We have a sub-player today for the blue team. Zugzi is playing for them. And yeah, it's going to be interesting who takes it. The winner still has a chance to make that run through the lower bracket and qualify for the playoffs. The loser is out of the group, though. So we have in total 10 teams split into 2 groups. And then from the groups, we funnel them, the top teams, into the playoff bracket. 1,500 euros are on the line in the tournament here, all organized by the Racencourt, hence the ambient here, more of a Racencourt thing. Apparently the graphic behind me is part of the Fear release, was obviously Nexus lore and somehow related to the Racencourt. I think that might be her dad or something, I have no clue. But yeah, it's part of the Fear release, so it's all in the theme of the Racencourt here. And yeah, we'll see how things go now for the two. Blue team is clearly the favorite, I mean, for sure. But upsets have happened before. But now we have Imperius and Tyrande banned out. And the ban against Medivh, okay. Seems a bit like the Enjoyers are looking at this and they're thinking, okay, which heroes could totally screw up things for us? Who do we not want to go up against? And that's what they're banning. But what are we getting from the red team now? I have honestly no clue what they're going to prioritize here. I have absolutely no idea. So we're getting an early Brightwing pick for them to start things off on the map. And I would assume that things are a little bit snappier for the Enjoyers, that they're trying to apply some pressure to their opponent, not give them too much time to really think through things. So Junkrat is our first pick, which means endless barrages from the outside of the shrines, trying to get shrine minions and get kills. And of course a lot of displacement that you can get too. And we get Oriel. Okay, is that a bait on bans or what are we getting now? Oriel as a pick. I mean, we've seen Cho'Gall for the Enjoyers, but it seems to be a little bit too much on the nose, right? You could with Oriel still play some really nice Hope batteries like even Vala, but that's already an interesting pick here. Shehaka for the opponents. And Nazeebo again. We had actually a Nazeebo performance previously from Dead Game 45. It didn't go too well. I believe it was on Tomb of the Spider Queen where they played Nazeebo. So if they want to get the stacks for Nazeebo and really get him into that violent infection late game, we'll see how they plan to get there. In the good old days, we would have dropped the Ragnaros into the mix and used the Molten Core to slow down any kind of objective that gets picked up by the Enjoyers, but I don't think they're going to go down that path. Vala gets banned. Yeah, well, they're not afraid of Cho'Gall, but they are in line with me when we're talking about Oriel plus Vala, so that's already out. Still plenty that you can go for. Mal'Ganis for the mainline tank first, and then we get Kerrigan. Oof, we're getting aggressive over here, aren't we? Mal'Ganis to set him up with a bit of a sleep, and then Kerrigan jumping in with a combo. Okay. Arian oftentimes also playing a melee character. Could go, I mean, he played Zeratul in some of the previous matches. Could try and hunt them down too. We got Johanna at the front, so Diaga Johanna for the front line for Team Dead Game. And the last and final pick, we got Li Ming. Interesting choice, Li Ming Nazeebo on Infernal Shrines. Huh. Okay. Li Ming not really someone that you see a lot here, because when you're fighting on the shrine minions oftentimes block the path. You get still some value, but it starts to get tricky. Now we got Alarak on the other side, and well, that is a pretty nasty comp that they're running here. So the Enjoyers going up against that game 45. Map number 1 in the losers bracket. We're heading to Infernal Crimes. The Enjoyers in blue. Over on the left side, we got Arian on Alarak. So this is going to get interesting already. Triple front line for the blue team with Zugzi on Junkrat. We get Gamer Boy on Oriel. Briss is playing Mal'Ganis, and we got Zeomek on Kerrigan. On the right side of the map, their opponents, the underdogs, Team Dead Game with Toby on Li Ming. We got Alex Lex on Dehaka. Photos on Nazeebo. This time full on plagues. Battlefield of Eternity was the last time when they played Nazeebo, and they played a spider build to try and focus the Immortal down. Didn't work so well. We got Redwood on Brightwing, and Nikita is playing Johanna. And with that, quick combo straight against Jojo. Careful, girl. You need to be very cautious that you don't go too far, but a very nice zombie wall from Nazeebo. I like it as a follow-up on the Condemned. Spray game seems to be on point too, so I like it. The early game brawl going well for them. Now, Alarak has decided that he doesn't want to go for the lightning build. Instead, we have overwhelming power on level 1. And Junkrat is already down at the bottom of the map. And it's just burning the next wave down as Kerrigan has taken up position at the top. Okay. Yeah. I think if Kerrigan would have stayed there, she could have gotten a kill. I think her cooldown would have been ready. So that's a huge problem for the Haka. That's a massive problem for the Haka. If you're already that low after just the first encounter with Kerrigan in the top lane, you're going to be in for a very, very tough ride. So Zeomeg is getting extra damage in, unleashes a combo, and bam, there it is. The solo kill. Yeah, Zeomeg bodying the Haka here. That's a problem. And I think this might be... the first indicator of things to come here, because once that you're starting to lose the solo lane this heavily, this is going to be problematic. Nice Iron Skin from Jojo just in time to avoid the whip into the wall from Oriel. That could have easily led to another kill if that whip connected. The Haga's back up on the lane, but yeah, this is going to be tricky. But it was clear from the beginning that the red team is the underdog here. And this is the thing, by the way. In tournaments like this, everybody can sign up. And I would really encourage more and more players, when we have open tournaments and teams, to sign up for them. It doesn't really matter if you're like playing in bronze, silver, or gold or whatever. You can still have some fun, play against some of the top guys out there. And this is how some of the top teams actually started. I mean, we had plenty of teams that didn't make the biggest splash at the beginning. And then with consistency and slow improvement started to establish themselves as a regular and solid tournament team. So it's always kind of nice to see fresh faces in. And again, the Raccoons, for example, they as a 5-man just popped up one day and started to play through and did really well to shake up the meta a bit. So yeah, Dead Game 45. So again, shout out to them for signing up for the tournament here in the first place. Good for them. And we'll see how far they can go in this one. I mean, it's a bit tough for them, obviously, without tons of tournament experience here, going up against teams that have been established for a long time. Nazeebo now getting picked up down at the bottom of the map. So he's gone, as the team is trying to make a play for the top shaman, all just in line with the first objective. And they are able to set that on the lane with really good timing. Can go for the shrine now. The Haka could have stayed a little bit longer, doesn't really have to. But here comes the attack as the blue team is trying to just drive the fight again. They're hyper-aggressive here. You can clearly tell that they want to pressure the underdog as much as they possibly can with Kerrigan and Alarak. I mean, that alone is already so hyper-aggressive that they're attempting to force mistakes on the red team side. Trying to go for Jojo now, is able to move out of the fight. Not quite over yet here, though. Mal'Ganis putting them to sleep. Brightwing is getting taken down. Brightwing eliminated, but they heal on Alarak. Nice timing. That could have been the death of Arian and him losing his sadism stacks, but it's 3 kills to 0 now with level 7 on the board. On level 4 for Nazeebo, by the way, we got the Blood Ritual, and we now have also the Empathic Link for Oriel. So, push with the Arcane Punisher through the bottom of the map. They're trying to get the jump procced, and it did, but the follow-up was there. They opened the side wall up in anticipation of this, took down Nazeebo, and this is going to guarantee that this will do more and more damage on the structure. The Haka is at the bottom of the map, now playing a 1v1 once again, this time against Alarak. And over here, no, sorry, not against Alarak, he's up against Mal'Ganis down there. And over here with Jojo now being eliminated, this is the first 4 taken down immediately. So, yeah, nicely done. Brightwing is dead, got absolutely crushed. Alarak following up on the Punisher. which is now dead, but they still try to take at least the tower out. I have to say that Nazeebo is also in a bit of a problematic spot simply because he has only 22 stacks. We're already 5 minutes into the game. So I doubt that Nazeebo will be the savior in the late game, given his stack count. That makes it a little bit unreliable. Liming does not want to go for Calamity and instead plays full orb with Size Vengeance now on level 7. Nice lick! But there's nobody there to do anything about it. Instead it's the blue team that moved in and was defending very, very quickly and threatening another kill. Now the problem is of course that level 10 abilities are now also available on the side of the Enjoyers, making this even harder to play through. Kerrigan is going for the next camp. Mal'Ganis unimpressed in the middle. Very much so unimpressed. But they want more structures. They want the towers. They want the gate. They want the fort if they can. The towers have already been taken out. Yeah, Oriel's sitting at the side here. Alarak is coming in. Unleashes another combo. Goes in with his ult and gets the kill. Now Mal'Ganis teeing things up for potential Dehaka kill. Still waiting for that combo to come back online. Fort at the bottom of the map gets continuously attacked throughout all of this from the Khaldor camp and Kerrigan. So this is highly uncomfortable for Dead Game 45. They are massively behind. They don't have heroic abilities and they're still desperately attempting to defend that bot lane fort. Riptire to burn the minion wave down once again, and they're still lurking in the shadows waiting for the next play. Alarak attacked and the spiders are nibbling, but that fort is low. They're going again for Jojo, and it's too much CC for her. Joanna goes down. The CC just a bit too much to handle. 8 kills to 0. Push through the middle with a camp too, and the keep will soon take damage. The Haka is actually moving in and is starting to defend it, but it will still lose some hit points. They're half a level away from level 10, and then they might just be able to fight back a bit. But the combo and the kill as Brightwing is gone. 9 kills to 0, and they are crushing it here. Making the next play, trying to quickly go for that fort before the next objective at the top spawns. That one's gone. Emerald Wind. Ooh, we have a couple of interesting level 10 talents. Look at that. Emerald Wind. We get Falling Sword from Joanna. And we get Adaptation from Dehaka. Okay, lots of survivability here for Dehaka. And then Emerald Wind will also be interesting. They're still trailing with the talent. They're nearly 3 levels behind, and it's level 13 now. Emerald Wind already used down here at the bottom of the map. Looking for Alarak again. Was at 145 stacks, 147. His sadism is slowly starting to be out of control here. And Arian should be, yep, he is in the top damage spot. 24,000 for him. 10 kills to 0. And Mal'Ganis is easily going for the top fort and is applying more damage here. They're trying to chase Kerrigan a bit, I guess, at the bottom of the map, but the rest of the blue team has already moved towards the camp. So they want to take the Shaman camp. Should be able to claim that in time before... Oh, actually, now that the red team is here with the Haka, they might try and play for it. There's already the first move. Camp is taken. That's already too late. Could still go for Jojo. The Haka's also right there. And they're trying to set something up for Jana. Very low. And gets killed. Alarak with a big damage throughout all of this. And I mean, look at his sadism. It's getting ridiculous. 168 sadism now. Junkrat is the only one that is currently trying to get them the Punisher. Everybody else is already damaging structures. We have 12 kills to 0. As the favorite in this game is crushing it. 45 stacks only for Nazibra. And yep, that's going to be the top fort. With the Punisher now moving in, this one is going to body it hard. It's a frozen Punisher also, which makes things, of course, so much harder. Nice combo over the wall! And another kill. Brightwing is gone, and Alarak gets himself another kill. 30,000 damage for him now. Only one that hasn't died yet for the red team is actually Liming. That's pretty impressive. Dehaka, though, he died for the 3rd time. Brightwing has died 6 times, and this is the end of the keep at the top lane. They're not going to be able to hold this one. So, yeah, 14 kills to 0. Toads are coming in. That keep has no chance, and they are going for their next kill. Make it 15. Every time the Punisher is jumping and getting a stun, the follow-up is there immediately. And of course they won the game now. Of course they're gonna try and go in here. They are nearly 5. They are 5 levels ahead. Not for long, but for now. 16 kills to 0. The Punisher just wailing away, one hit after another. Brutal. And well, that's just it. Enjoyers, a well-established team with lots of tournament experience against the newcomers. That game 45 in game number 1. Not able to get themselves a kill as the blue team takes the victory on Infernal Shrines and therefore the lead in this series. GG. Well played. We're going to head in game number 2 in a second. Guys, if you enjoy the content, if you like the coverage here, please subscribe to the channel and like the video. It really helps to spread the videos to people that were interested in Heroes of the Storm in the past and might rejoin the game. So spread the love a little bit, help to promote the games here, like and subscribe, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of the series. Game number 2, Tomb of the Spider Queen. The Enjoyers are in the lead. Dead Game, they are struggling. They definitely are. So it was not quite the same speed run as we had in some of the previous games in the winners match of Dead Game 45, but still the Enjoyers are the clear favorite here and they are of course showing it. So now Stitches gets banned. With this being Tomb of the Spider Queen, I'm honestly a little bit curious what the Enjoyers are going to go for. More so than what we're going to see from their opponents. I'm kind of wondering to myself what I would pick. I like the thought that was behind the first draft for the blue team because they basically said, okay, we're going to be aggressive against these guys. These guys are struggling in with aggression. If we apply a lot, we can break them. So let's just move in immediately and use Alarak, use Carrigan, and try and overrun them a little bit and overwhelm them. And it worked for them. So now the question still remains, what are they going to go for in game number 2? Are they going to follow basically the same strategy? I could see them go into some kind of variant combo, for example. That could be interesting. If you start with variant, that would be quite nice, because then you can work around that taunt a little bit and try and just get quick kills. Asmodan getting banned, don't know if that was really on the card for the Enjoyers. They start with Junkrat again, so they start with the exact same opening. Would be kind of funny if they would threaten to go for the same draft, like down to a T. But for the red team, they obviously need to change something, right? Preference picks is what they should go for. Trying to out-draft a team like the Enjoyers is going to be a bit tricky, so ideally just focus on yourselves a little bit and try and get a lineup that you're happy with. Diablo and Anduin, that means we have a light bomb engage with Anduin behind it. Diablo can also try and get some nice wall stuns here around those turn-in points here on Tomb, so that will work. But the blue team, ETC, okay, it doesn't seem like we're going to get Varian here. And Ana. Okay, I'm curious. I'm curious what they're going to do with Ana. Are we going to get Mephisto, for example? Haven't seen him in a hot minute. And with ETC, I mean, you have a lot of displacement already. Stuns, slide, trap up, sleep dart. Okay. But when I see Ana, I want to see what the combo is. I mean, they're going to boost someone. And Alarak gets now banned, so they don't want to run into a situation where all of a sudden you have Nano boosted Alarak on top of that too, and he already did a number on them in game number 1. So yeah, this is what they're going to try and dodge here. Now for the blue team, what are they going to try and get rid of here? I guess it's more so a question of what counters their next picks, I would say. Well, they banned Chromie. Okay. No ranged poke that they are going to go up against. It's kind of funny to me that we don't have Johanna taken. This is Tomb of the Spider Queen after all, and there's no draft restrictions. So Diablo makes sense as a pick, but when I see ETC over here, if you want to be more aggressive, then hey, why not? But it's still super wild to see Johanna on Tomb not taken at all. It's kind of crazy. Gazlowe! They picked Gazlowe in the winners match already. And we get Kel'Thas. Gazlowe Kel'Thas. That's the dream team right there. Give me that gravity lap straight into a Gazlowe stun. The Gaz Lord is in the house. You should really go all in on him. Gazlowe Abathar. How does that sound? I mean, if you already go hard on on the Gazlowe, then I think it needs to be out of there. There's Mephisto. I already talked about Mephisto as an option when Ana was taken. We get Zul together with it, so that's a wave clear. And Mephisto, I mean, Mephisto alone is already insanely powerful with all of the damage that he dishes out, but then you have Ana on top of that to boost him further, and all of a sudden he just becomes a total killer and maniac. Now, it leaves us still with the need for a bit more damage on the side of Dead Game 45. And it's the final pick. So, Tomb of Spider Queen. Map number 2. We're heading straight onto the second map, and we get as the final choice for Tomb, we get a Fostad. Let's go. The blue team, the Enjoyers, on the left with Arion on Mephisto, the Furious Spark. Yeah, they're furious. Gamer Boy on Ana, we got Briss on ETC, Zugzy on Junkrat, the sub player for the blue team today, with Zeomag on Zul. To the right side of the map, we get Toby on Falstad for Dead Game 45. Apparently, at least partially, the reason for the team's name. Lex is playing Gazlowe. We got Nikita on Anduin. Photos on Kel'Thas. Going in Convection! Alright, look at that. Confidence, I like it. And then Redwood is playing Diablo. So, this got interesting quickly. No Mana Addict. I think if he is able to complete Convection, they should get the win, no matter what. As long as he completes it, they should be victorious. It's just like, even if the opponent is on the core trying to take it down, if they're able to complete that quest, then it should be just an instant victory screen right then and there. I think that's the minimum that they deserve here. So already, big thumbs up from me. They are, you know, they're embracing it. They're going for it. They're risking it. There's like no risk, no fun. Let's go. No guts, no glory. No pain, no gain. Already a bit of pressure at the bottom of the map. Talking about pressure, Mephisto is dishing out a lot of that too. Yeah, but it's moving around. Gets hit. Pushed around. And nice. High effort stack on Kel'Thas. He is already a bit low in HP. Needs to be careful. If that ETC starting to wreck him, that would be a quick end of the stacks here. So, we have camps claimed. Yeah, there's already a pressure applied through the middle. Gazlowe slowly starting to rotate towards the middle to help out a bit here. Zul obviously has the wave clear for the blue team and is going to relentlessly rotate between the lanes whenever that's needed from him. And we'll burn those minion waves down very, very quickly. Yeah, down at the bottom of the map, Zeomag. Go back out, careful here. And Gazlowe, hello? Careful, my friend. Very low here, but the pressure in the middle with the mercenary camp that the blue team took earlier is really amounting to quite a lot. They're taking the entire wall out, and this is going to do some serious damage on the fort as well. So it's not only about the wall here, that is serious fort damage that we're talking about. That thing is down to 50% of its HP, and Mephisto just jumping in is not reducing that at all. Level 4 talents are there, so they have a talent lead, but they might even get the entire thing, and even if they don't, that's massive. There's teams that accomplish less with their first objective. So that's kind of crazy. Yeah, that hurt. That hurt a lot. And Mephisto is now pushing the top lane out a bit further. Down at the bottom of the map, Nezebo, who's not in the game. Gazlowe, who is in the game. He's sitting here. He kind of spoiled me a little bit earlier with all of those Nezebo picks that we got. On level 4, we got the mana tap. Tap it, baby. You'll need it. 2 stacks is what we have from Kel'Thas. 2 stacks. He's going for the slow approach. Don't risk it too much. Very slow stacking. Oh, that's a kill. Yes! ETC! That's first blood, by the way. Congratulations! Good effort by Dead Game 45. So, that's actually pretty brilliant. That's the first blood that they have in the entire tournament. Good for them. Yeah, improving with every single map here. Bit of a laser show from Gazlowe. Down at the bottom of the map. Zul opening the wall up. Is he going to get more? No. He's at least not going to get the Gazlowe. But they have the Siege Giants. The first push in the middle happened through the camp that they got. And this is actually where the red team is falling a bit short. They're not taking any camps yet. They haven't taken their own Knight camp, their mercenary camp in the middle, and they've also fallen short on the siege giants, and both of those have actually done a lot for the enjoyers. Lots of value. Uh-oh. The birdie! Falstad gets wrecked. So, the birdie is gone. Falstad is eliminated, and here comes that turn-in. We have 49 gems already delivered. Obviously, the red team also lost a few that last encounter. But here come the web weavers, and this is actually where I'm getting a bit scared, because that fort in the middle is obviously a goner. And now that they're opening the walls at the top out, even before anything else is happening, and now that Zul has also done some damage down at the bottom of the map, this could actually cost the red team a lot of structures. So this could get dangerous very quickly. And there is a lead in experience for the enjoyers as is. So that will be extended, very likely. Junkrat is a bit low though. Falstad flew in and was getting aggressive, but had to retreat now. The problem, while the fort in the middle falls, is that Falstad, even after tapping the fountain, is now low and dead. Didn't have the cooldown to barrel out anymore, used it before, and is now taken down, which means that the fort is likely taken on as well. The fort in the middle has already fallen, the fort at the top lane is about to be destroyed. First objective, and 2 forts are gone. Ouch! I mean, ouch, that hurts. And Zul isn't quite done with the bot lane yet either. That wall is open, that fort is taking damage. It's not going to be destroyed, but that's still a serious chunk of HP that got removed here. Our Lord and Savior Khaldor is at 5 stacks now on level 1. Convection 15 short. 15 short for completion, but again, he's playing the long game. He's playing the very long game. We're on 6 stacks right now. Only 14 needed. Not quite the halftime yet, but again, the man has patience. On level 7, we got the Sun King's Fury for him. And down at the bottom of the map, the Gazlowe. No! Gazlowe! No! And he gets sliced into. At least the gems were picked up. Gazlowe is down. We get, by the way, the consume souls for Mephisto. So no Durance of Hate. Oh, and we have the rocket ride. Oh boy. Nano boosted rocket ride. Let's make it happen. Zul prison. And then a nano boosted rocket ride straight onto the target. Guaranteed kill. Right there. So, over in the middle. Took their camp now. Blue team was thinking about getting aggressive around it, didn't do it. Still not additional stacks for Khaldor. ETC dodged everything here. It's a camp versus camp here now, but at the bottom of the map, siege giants are again ready, and they're going for another fort, and the blue team is shielding it also with having just too many here. There's already a play from ETC with another mosh pit, isolation, and the death of Khaldor! No! All of those stacks on level 1 have now been removed. My boy lost it all. Anduin went into the bubble. So, yeah, Anduin is going for the word.
It's the holy word. It's the best word. There's so many words. So many words. But salvation, it's the best word. It's like a holy word. Everybody says so. It's a great word. So many words.
So, even the word didn't help him. Anduin is down, Falstad and Gazlowe got also eliminated. So that's now 7 kills to 1. And they got the web weavers at least, but the problem is that the web weavers get essentially dropped where they spawned, and Khaldor is dead again. He has 0 stacks on his convection, so he realized quickly that life is just not worth living when you have no stacks, so he gave himself up in that case. But that's level 13 against level 10 abilities currently. And more aggression at the bottom of the map as we have the wall here fall too. So, yeah, it's tough times and enough gems for another turn-in for the enjoyers. And of course there's a boss up on the map too. Damage output by now, 33,000 for Mephisto. Falstad, the top damage dealer of the red team, does not even have half of that. He's followed by Gazlowe and by Khaldor. Falstad tries to interrupt, gets that interrupt, nice. 8 kills to 1 in total. It's Zeomek who tries to turn in. Doesn't have quite enough gems, but he has plenty. Oh, and Anduin is dead. Anduin eliminated. Here's Diablo going down after dropping the Apocalypse, and Gazlowe gets body blocked and murdered. That's 3 heroes down. Diablo respawned, and of course now the opportunity at A turn-in, and B a boss, and they are going straight for the top, trying to get the boss as ETC turns in and puts the team to 46 out of 55 that are needed for the next objective. So they're gonna pair the two of them, get both. And the bad news for Team Dead Game is that they have only 12 gems. They got a turn in. I mean, you gotta grant them that. They turned in once, but they are now holding only 14 gems. Here's the turning completed, and the boss is gonna be taken. So with all of the forts gone on the red team side and them not... Oh, alright! That is a suicide bird right there, and he's dancing, and the bird is still dancing. Bye-bye, Ragdoll. Little bit of a sad one right there. So it was a suicide bird. Oh, nice bubble. Yeah, that birdie. Khaldor is dead too. But yeah, that was kind of funny. It was just like, the second I tried to like pan away from the boss, I was like, did somebody just fly in here? Like, what the hell? Would have been amazing if he gets a gust of though and steals it somehow. That would have been incredible, but yeah, not so much. So with that, we have the keep at the top attacked. Oh god, they're having... every single lane is getting massively attacked right now. Falstad flying back in and getting a gust out. That's kill number 2. ETC died for the second time. I mean, Feeder it reported instantly. Feeder detected and reported. Anduin, Gazlowe are all dead. Middle keep is taking damage. Bot keep is also about to fall, and they're gonna go for the core here. Yeah, this is looking tragic for the... not for the enjoyers. For Team Dead Game. But they got 2 kills. They took ETC down twice. So, yeah, nicely done. Good job by Team Dead Game. Was great having them in the tournament. They get eliminated as the Enjoyers drop them with a 2-0 and move on to the next round of Group A here at the Eternal Conflict. GG.